dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. UK fans welcome in a new era for Kentucky basketball. A packed Rupp Arena applauded new head coaches Mark Pope and Kenny Brooks tonight, and former coach Rick Pitino, who called it one of the best nights he's had in a long time. Jeremy Toms talked to fans at Big Blue Madness.
It's that time of year again.
Go Big Blue.
Yes, sir. Go Big Blue.
Go Big Blue.
Those three words can start echoing through the halls of Rupp Arena as basketball is back in the bluegrass. This time, it's back with new beginnings for both the men's and women's teams.
I'm excited because Mark Pope loves Kentucky. He loves basketball. He's very enthusiastic, so we can't wait for him to bring all of that enthusiasm home.
Cats fans like Hunter Smith get a good feeling. There's hope with Mark Pope.
The last few years, it's been stagnant, honestly, and just Pope coming through, I think there's a lot more excitement. I'm definitely a lot more excited, just kind of have a fresh take on the program.
Beyond getting a first glimpse of these two new-look teams, Big Blue Nation told me they were also ready to be dazzled by this brand-new high-tech glass floor, which features interactive visual experiences for players and fans alike.
I saw a couple of videos of it on Twitter or X, and it looks really cool.
It's a fancy feature that Dean and Lori Schultz say befits this blue blood program.
This is the home of college basketball. This is the greatest team in the nation.
This couple has been following their Cats ever since they went to school here and met each other on campus more than 40 years ago. They made the trip down from Cincinnati for this time-honored tradition, hoping it's just the first night of a very special season.
With Mark Pope's experience and the national championship he won, and I think it's a winning formula.
In Lexington, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
Next up for the Cats are a couple of exhibition games, though they will play towards the end of October. Tip-off for Kentucky's season opener against Wright State is November 4th. We'll have much more on Big Blue Madness, including more on the action on the court, more on the players, more on former coach Pitino making an appearance tonight. That's all a little later on the ARH Sports Overtime. A developing story tonight in Louisville. At least 4 people were hurt after a plane crashed into a vehicle near Baptist East Hospital. 2 were in the plane and 2 were in the car police say was hit by the plane. St. Matthews police say the plane lost power as it was trying to land at Bowman Field. Our sister station in Louisville reports a student pilot and flight instructor were on board at the time. Officials say they do not believe any of the injuries are life-threatening. Hurricane Milton is now blamed for at least 16 deaths in Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis says more than 1,600 people have been rescued so far from flooded and heavily damaged neighborhoods. Nearly 2 million customers are still without power. President Biden will visit the storm zone Sunday and vowed federal help will not let up. 5 hurricanes have made landfall in the U.S. this season. The record is 6. Our parent company, Gray Media, is teaming up with the Salvation Army again for hurricane relief efforts. You can make a financial donation by going to floridastormrelief.org. Just scan the QR code on your screen and you'll be directed to the right website to donate to the Salvation Army. Appalachian Regional Healthcare is continuing its donation drive for Hurricane Helene and Milton survivors. They are asking for items like canned food, water, and antihistamines like Benadryl and basic hygiene items. They are also accepting new and unused coats, hats, mittens, and blankets. As we're expected to get colder next week, you can drop off donations from 8 until 5 at any ARH hospital through October 18th. There will be several choices to make on this year's 2024 general election ballot in Kentucky. People will vote yes or no on 2 different constitutional amendments. Some counties and cities will also have the question of whether or not to allow medical cannabis operations. Knox County Clerk Mike Corey says you can request an absentee ballot now.
Currently, we're doing absentee balloting, and that's been quite heavy here in Knox County. Citizens can apply for an absentee ballot through October 22nd. That would be the deadline for an absentee ballot.
Now you can vote early in person beginning on October 31st. Corey says they have already sent out more than 600 absentee ballots there in Knox County. Floyd County's Fall Festival is heading into its final day as the Jenny Wiley Festival wraps up its third night in Prestonsburg. The festival, which brought visitors from all around for food, music, and fun today, has a variety of different stops, from funnel cakes to the creator of the Final Destination movies. There's a booth for every interest. Area crafters and makers are also set up, saying it provides a great place to support community organizations.
We set up here every year. We buy a booth. We've got our observation hive, and a lot of people like seeing that. And we let our members come sell honey. We usually sell a few t-shirts.
The event continues tomorrow with all the vendors, food booths, carnival, and a parade on the schedule. We are just hours away from Oktoberfest in Hazard and Corbin. The event here in Hazard will include everything from a Stein holding contest for both kids and adults to live music. It's $15 at the gate, but if you can get $5 off if you bring donations for hurricane survivors.
And we are also partnering with Roscoe's Daughter, and we are going to be collecting donations for Hurricane Helene victims, and now I'm assuming probably the latest hurricane, Hurricane Milton, as well.
Halfway to Hazard is the headliner tomorrow night. To participate in any of the activities at Oktoberfest, you can sign up through the North Fork Music Festival Facebook page or in person. And here are some other festivals and events happening in our area this weekend. The Daniel Boone Festival in Barberville runs through tomorrow. The 10th Moonshiners Ball is happening in Livingston in Rockcastle County. That goes through Sunday. And the Pikeville Pride Festival is celebrating 5 years tomorrow. Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman and Kentucky Poet Laureate Silas House are among the guest speakers there. Corbin's Cumberland Run is celebrating the beginning of the live racing season with a 2-day family-friendly carnival. There will be food trucks and free rides tomorrow and Sunday. The event will open at 11 a.m. both days. Now, live racing will begin on Sunday, and that will happen for 12 days on Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays through Election Day. The first race begins at 1 p.m. Admission and parking is free to the public.
Here we go. Your first alert over the next 24 hours has fog lit up in yellow. Patchy fog is not out of the question as we go throughout the overnight hours into the first part of your Saturday morning. If you have plans to go to Lexington tomorrow for the Kentucky football game, 7:45 kickoff versus Vandy, we'll see a temperature of 72 degrees. By halftime, we'll go to 67, and then by the final kick, we'll see a temperature of 65 degrees. All is quiet right now on the satellite and radar, but this right here is our next weather maker. It's in the form of this cold front right there, and this is going to push through as we go throughout the day. On Sunday, we're going to drop the temperatures with highs in the 50s and 60s for Monday going into Tuesday and Wednesday. And look how much real estate this front is going to take up across portions of Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, all the way down to Mississippi, Alabama, as well as Georgia. So definitely cooler weather is in the forecast, and we could be talking about our first frost and freeze as we go into Tuesday going into Wednesday. All is quiet on Future View tonight, as well as tomorrow, and for the most part Sunday. It's when we get into Sunday night that rain chances will start to pick up. We were in the 70s today, and right now we're still seeing temperatures in the 40s and 50s. We're at 46 in Hazard. Our dew point's at 43, so that's where we get that patchy fog. We have a nice calm wind out there at this hour. Tomorrow we'll go to 77 degrees, and here's how we get there. We'll start the day off with a temperature of 51. We go to 76 as we go throughout the afternoon and the early evening hours. A beautiful Saturday is in store, and overall a nice 7-day. Here's the ARH 7-day forecast for the weekend is always in view. There's the 82 for Sunday, but again, that rain chance will be in the evening and overnight hours. Then the front pushes through. We go from 82 to 56 on Tuesday, 56 on Wednesday, back to 65 for Thursday, then upper 60s and low 70s with plenty of sunshine for Friday. Bottom line, get out and enjoy this weekend. That's the latest First Alert forecast. Steve.
All right. Right, really nice weekend forecast, Eric. Thank you. And thank you for joining us tonight. The ARH Sports Overtime is up next. Plenty of high school football highlights and more from Big Blue Madness.